Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
Yeah, I'm here. I have brought a new deck to the table tonight.
What's dollars?
This is kind of a second tribute to Schnell. I was looking through Duskmorn and saw a commander that appealed to my inner Schnell. I built the Mindskinner. It's a 10-1 nightmare. It cannot be blocked.
Inner Schnell hates cards, want mills.
And if a source I control would deal combat damage, or would deal damage to an opponent, very
not even
specific, not even combat, just would deal damage.
Don't you start with me about non-combat damage, you son of a bitch.
Prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. I saw each opponent and mills, and I liked it.
Yeah, no, that's solid.
Chris.
What is that printing?
It's the Super Spookums.
Yes.
It looks like one of those legendary Pokemans.
Yeah, right. One of those.
It does.
Crazy,
the Mindskinner XY. Interesting.
Yeah.
I brought back an old deck, Dina Soul Steeper. Well, old Strixhaven, old I guess. I powered this deck down. I took out the few game changers that were in it, and a couple other overpowered things like Aetherflux Reservoir, just to see how it'll run. I do have an idea to build a pauper version of this deck at some point.
Nice.
Cool.
At this point, in 2025, Strixhaven was 40 sets ago, so
Yeah,
it is very old.
That's true.
Very old. What up, hi, it's your boy Teach.
Woo!
And tonight I'm finally playing a new deck. It's Zurgo and Ojutai.
Hey!
This guy, a color combination I've never played before.
Seriously?
Yes. Zurgo.
Wow, fair enough.
Zurgo and Ojutai. 4/4 Orc Dragon with flying and haste, and hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield.
See, even Chris is trying to double check your math on that.
I can't think of another legendary Jeskai Dragon. I don't know if there is one.
There is.
I'll find it while you talk.
Numot the Devastator.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right.
Whenever one or more dragons I control deal combat damage to a player or battle, I get to look at the top 3 cards in my library, put one into my hand and the rest on the bottom in any order, and then I can return one of those dragons to my hand. And the idea is to just dig through the deck with Zurgo and Ojutai triggers. That's pretty much it. I'm excited to play this brand new deck.
I'm excited to see it.
You liar. There's Numot the Devastator, Zurgo and Ojutai, and now Shiko, Paragon of the Wave.
Oh, yes. And Shiko and Narset and... Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I brought back the Omenkeel. Put the lands in the car and no one gets hurt.
I like Omenkeel.
Well, with the recent Mario Kart set, there were so many new vehicle support cards that I swapped in like 2 of them.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Crazy bastard did it.
Blue Whites did not get as much vehicle support as I had hoped. Red got a bunch that I might end up building with, but haven't run this one in a while. I've made a couple of changes, and this is legally a bracket 2 deck with no game changers. It's just a shitty blue pile of things that make me giggle. So we'll see if I can take your lands and have 0 payoff for it, because even Draco and Scion of Draco don't really benefit this deck at all, which is sad. With that, untap upkeep draw. Island, go Nelson.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw for my first turn.
Gross.
I will play an island and say go Chris.
Great.
I'll draw for the turn.
Island, 2 more islands. Commander.
I will play a swamp. Tap the swamp for 1, and I will cast a Shadow Sphere.
Ooh.
Nice.
Teach.
Done. Untap, upkeep, draw. My land for the turn is going to enter tapped. It is going to be the Silundi Isle.
Ah.
And I will pass to Chanel.
That uncommon cycle from Zendikar Rising was so good.
Yeah.
Second land for the turn into the backside of my commander, the Omenkeel.
Backside.
What's that backside do?
Backside extortionist, that's right. 3/3 cruise for 1 vehicle. Static rule is whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library, and then I may play lands from among the exiled cards for as long as they remain exiled. So even if you kill my boat, they're still my lands.
It's true.
They're still my lands. No one else can go.
All right. Untap, upkeep, and draw.
I had to pay a lot of late fees for backside extortionists.
But the library carried it, so I was going to check it.
I play an island as my land for turn. I will pay 2, and I will cast a Silver Mirror. Go, Chris. Go.
Go. Fucking go.
Go, you won't.
Land for turn will be a Marsh Flats. I'll pay 1 life and crack it. Go get Whatchajigger.
Chris drew first blood.
Got him.
Get him.
Got him, get him.
Oh, here. While I
Good.
search, I'm just gonna play Azure Norb and pass.
Alright. Untap.
It's an OG Zero Orb.
Say, there's only like 3 printings of that thing.
Really?
I think so.
This Modern Horizons 2, I think.
Yeah, and then I think there's a From the Vault maybe had one?
Land for turn will be a Shivan Reef.
Oh, maybe one of those box sets, the From the Vault things. Wasn't there Azure Norb in there?
You heard that too,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Literally,
good.
He just said it.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought,
you're right.
I thought you were.
I think
I
you're
thought-
right.
My brain went secret layer. When
My
you
brain went Winter Orb when I was thinking, because that's been reprinted.
I'll cast the Izzet Signet, now
I'm
pass.
really sorry.
Yeah, Modern Horizons,
teach your turn during that
and the From the
discussion.
Vault. Yeah, also the From the Vault things.
I heard the words and my brain pictured secret layer. I don't know why I did that. Some wires across.
We are going to, since I don't have anything to crew my thing, we're going to Ensoul Artifact my Omenkeel.
Oh boy.
Enchanted Artifact is a creature with a base power and toughness of 5/5 in addition to its other types.
Gross.
I will go to combat, and Chris, I will swing you for 5.
I'm in last place already. Okay.
Well, I'm just... Whoever I hit would be in last place. 5 commander damage. Exile the top 3 cards of your library for me.
5?
Yeah, it's a 5/5.
No, he exiles 5.
No, it's... Yeah, that many.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I don't like any of this.
I'm sorry, he's a base 3/3 normally, so I'm used to saying 3. I've never been able to ensoul his artifact before. So, we got rid of Phyrexian Arena, Crop Rotation, and Deathrite Shaman.
Ah, piss.
And then my land for the turn will be Deathcap Glade. ETB is tapped unless I control 2 or more other lands.
You do.
This will stay in my exile land pile. We will try to keep these separate at the end of the game. Try. Go Nelson.
Right. I will untap, upkeep, and draw for the turn. I'm going to play an island.
He stalled out. Get him.
No, we're doing this. I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to cast a Spell Skite. 0/4 for a Phyrexian blue. I can change the target of a target spell or ability to Spell Skite. Go, Chris.
Alright. Let's see here. Land for the turn will be a Bloodstained Mire. I will crack that to go find a swamp.
I say I hope I get one of your fetches, but I think that's all of them now. And then I can fail to find in my own deck.
And then with that land, I'll cast a Wayward Swordtooth. So I will pass.
Doesn't he give you an extra land drop?
Yes, but I don't have one in my hand.
Okay.
I love that card.
I loved that thing in standard.
It's a really good
Let's
card.
have upkeep, draw.
And say I had the Multani deck with that guy and just shitloads of extra lands and make
Mono
big,
blue,
big
mono
land
blue.
creatures.
Nothing.
Yeah, I have to hit you guys for lands outside. I do have a couple of.
Is he the one who can't attack or block unless you have the city's blessings?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'll play an island as my land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will cast Valakut Awakening. I'm going to put any number of cards from my hand on the bottom of my library, then draw that many plus 1. Oof. 3, 4, 5, and put 5 back and draw 6.
Awaken.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sweet. I will end my turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land for the turn will be this forest. We will go to combat. Tej.
I suppose it's time.
5 coming at ya.
Gross. So much commander damage.
And then top 5 of your library, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We got Smothering Tithe, Cliff Top Retreats, Wild Magic Surge, Felwar
Tej special
Stone,
right there.
and Displacer Kitten.
Hate you.
Wow, those are some big
Yeah,
hits.
you got
Those are some
good
big
ones.
hits.
Those are some good in piles.
You got some good ones.
Some good and plenties. We will second main drop an Ethereum Sculptor. Artifact spells cost me 1 less to cast. And then
Okay, sir.
for 2, a Night Scythe, which will net me a Necron Warrior of 2 power and 2 toughness. It is a 3/1 flying vehicle that crews for 2. And we'll pass to Nelson with that.
Does it do anything like when it hits, or is it just a 3/1 flyer?
It is a 3/1 flyer that provides its own crew. My commander is the thing that.
I was about to say, he's also going to get lands.
Yeah. Yeah, between Omenkeel and Mill over here, this could go sideways.
Miss my land drop. Ooh, I'm gonna pay 4, and I'm gonna cast Shadowkin. I'm gonna flash in the Shadowkin on my main phase. At the beginning of my upkeep, each player mills 3. I may exile a creature card from among the cards milled this way. If I do, Shadowkin becomes a copy of that card, except it has this ability. Go, Chris.
Alright, I will play a Swamp. Then I will pay 4. And I will cast Greed.
It's good.
Pay a black and 2 life to draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do not have the City's Blessing. Pass turn.
Alright.
City's Blessing is 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be real easy to get City's Blessing.
Draw. Land for turn will be the Spire of Industry.
Wanted that one from you.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be enough to cast my commander. Zurgo and Ojutai. 4/4 Flying Haste and Hexproof this turn. And,
This turn or until your turn?
as long as it entered the battlefield this turn.
Okay.
I'm going to move to combat. Schnell, you've wronged me.
I'll be good.
I'm going to attack you with Zurgo and Ojutai. 4
Okay.
flying.
What happened? What does it do?
Oh,
What's
your
the rest of
fucking
it?
thing has...
I can and probably will.
No, if it, whenever one or more dragons I control deal combat damage to a player or battle, I look at the top 3 cards in my library, put 1 in my hand and the rest on the bottom, and then I can return that to my hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and crew and block that.
Well, fuck. Alright. That's gonna be it for me. Go Schnell.
Okay. Untap. Keep. Draw. ETB's tapped unless I control plains or mountain.
I didn't bring a City's Blessing token.
Idiot.
Yep. Real dumb.
Yeah, so land for the turn will be island. Since apparently we need flight blockers, we'll play a Sky Skiff. 2/3 flying, cruise for 1.
Sky Kiff.
Show them my metal, Sky Skiff. For 1 mana.
Yes, sir.
Reckoner Bankbuster. ETBs with 3 charge counters upon it. 2, 3, 4, 5. We will pay 1 for a Thoughtcast to draw 2. That could start helping other people. Okay, we will go to combat.
I am open.
You are open, and I've hit you and apparently wronged you. Nelson, 5 commander coming at you.
Alright, I'll block it with my spell skill.
Okay.
See?
Fair and balanced. Second main phase. I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna play Excavation. What does that do? It's from Prophecy, so it's one of the greatest cards ever made. It is an enchantment that I can pay 1. I'm sorry. It's pay 1, sacrifice a land, draw a card. Any player may play this ability.
Okay.
Sacrifice land, draw a card.
Pay 1, sack a land, draw a card.
I like it.
I figured if I'm gonna be having extra lands.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
use them, huh? Alright, I will untap. On my upkeep, each player mills 3 cards. I may exile a creature card from among them, and if I do, Shadowkin becomes a copy of it.
I did
still
not
has
hit
its
a
ability.
creature.
Neither did I.
I did not hit a creature.
I did. I got a Patriarch Seal, a Scrabbling Skull Crab, and a Psychic Corrosion.
I still have one of those for you on my pile of stuff there. I lost Shadow Rift, Island, and Deluxe Dragster.
I hit a Tear Asunder, Roots of Life, and Ivory Tower.
I got Island, Underworld Breach, and Sulphur Falls.
Alright, so Shadowkin will become a copy of Scrabbling Skull Crab. So that says whenever an enchantment I control enters and whenever I fully unlock a room, target player mills 2. Okay, now I will draw for turn. I will play the island I just drew. I will pay 4, 5, and I will cast Patient Rebuilding. At the beginning of my upkeep, target opponent puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then I draw a card for each land card put into the graveyard that way. Let's see. So that will trigger the Skull Crab. It's
Library is a resource.
Yeah. Target player mills 2. Snow, mill 2.
Etched Oracle and Surge Hacker Mech.
All right. That's my turn. Go, Chris.
So if you want me to mill lands, I don't run any.
Yeah, because you take them off from everyone else.
Let's see here. I'll pay 3 mana. I will cast a Vein Coven Witch. I'm terrible. Vein Witch Coven.
Thick veiny witch.
He does draw a lot of thick veiny witches on his notebooks, doesn't he?
It's a 3/3 with Menace, and whenever I gain life, I may pay black. If I do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then I will pay a black and 2 life to draw a card with Greed. And then I will pass turn.
No blessing yet?
No.
Untap. Upkeep, nothing.
Next permanent gets it for him.
Draw.
Assuming he doesn't lose one.
Next permanent wins.
Land for turn will be Adakar Wastes.
Adakar.
Adakar Wastes.
Isn't there an extra R in there? Isn't it like a dark R?
Adarkar. A dark R.
Whoa! That took a dark turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am going to summon the mighty Auton Soldier. I can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it isn't legendary. It's an artifact in addition to its other types, and it has Myriad. I'm going to have it enter the battlefield as a copy of Zurgo and Ojutai.
Seems good.
Yep.
Seems real good. Then I'm going to move to combat. I am going to send Zurgo and Ojutai at Nelson. Yep. I'm going to send Auton Soldier at Chris, creating 2 more.
Legendary.
1 coming at you, 1 coming at you.
Yeah.
And then what happens when all the dragons? Now
Whenever-
you have 2 triggers per dragon.
3.
Oh yeah, because
Yep. Whenever 1 or more dragons I control deal combat damage to a player or battle, I look at the top 3 cards of my library. 1 goes to my hand, the rest go on the bottom, and I can return 1 of those dragons to my hand.
Wait, is it so you get 4 triggers total?
I'm gonna get 4 triggers for
per
each one.
dragon that hits.
But okay, so just a rules question.
Yeah.
It says when 1 or more dragons.
Yep.
Don't they all deal it simultaneously?
So, assuming I hit Schnell,
yeah.
Nelson, and you,
Yeah.
Each one is going to trigger
Oh,
4
yep,
times.
yep, never mind. Okay, that's what I was missing. Got it. Thank you.
I can do nothing about that, so I'm about to take 10, including 5 commander.
You are going to take 8.
Oh, it's a 4.
4 commander.
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
4 coming at you. 4 coming at you.
So 12 triggers?
Well, I'm going to crew and block mine.
Okay. So
I'm doing my part.
commander,
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 hit you.
Yep.
1 hit you.
Yep.
Each one's going to trigger 2 times.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. So number 1. That can go into my hand.
Wait, each one triggers 4 times. You just said 2 times.
Only 2 opponents were hit.
It doesn't matter. Whenever one or more dragons I control, so 1 there, 1 there, so each one is going to trigger.
1, 2, 3, 4 times. Because this is a
They're all
copy
copies.
of this.
They're all copies
and
of your
These are
commander.
Yes.
copies of this,
Yes.
which is a copy of this.
Zurgo hit Nelson, that's going to trigger 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right. Each one's going to be 4 times.
Yeah.
So you do get 12.
So, yeah, 12. That's what I thought.
Yep.
So I'm not getting 1 off you.
You're welcome,
Okay.
guys.
Yep.
You're
All
not.
right, 1.
You're not getting 4 triggers off of me. It was almost 16.
2.
18.
18 triggers.
3.
Oh,
That
God.
special's so good. That whole special is just phenomenal.
4.
On the plus side, do you have any way to keep all of these cards in your hand? currently?
Nope.
My something hurts. My dragon hole.
Ah, my ass.
5.
Alright. And you're up to these teach triggers, so open the bag of beef jerky.
You do show us that they're dragons, right, cheater?
6. What?
I thought you could only keep dragons.
No.
He just picks one of the 3 cards and puts it in his hand.
Oh, that's way worse.
And the dragons he can bounce back to his hand after.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought they had to be dragons too.
Okay, because it says you may return one of those dragons to its owner's hand. It's the last
7.
line, so
Yes.
neat.
8.
Peach, you always build the teachiest
9.
decks. That is really cool. Holy
It is
shit.
cool. That's
9.
some powerful shit. As Chris said, my
That's a huge
dragon
bitch.
hole smarts.
Yeah.
10. 11.
Oh, he finally got there. 12 triggers later.
All right. Then I can return one of those dragons to my hand if I want to.
Just a fucking bit full of cards over there. 12 plus whatever his hand size was.
Solid math.
Yeah, you like that?
Hope you like linear algebra.
12 plus something, bitch.
Hand size equals rise over run plus hand size.
I will.
Jesus. Quick, Nelson, sacrifice all your lands and draw 4 cards.
I can't pay for it, though.
Return Auton Soldier to my hand. Second main, nothing. Move to discard. I need to keep 1.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. 2. 3, 4.
What do?
Yes. Chris, same offer. Sacrifice all your lands, draw cards.
Also can't pay for it.
5.
Oh, I can sacrifice my lands to my Zurgo.
Yeah,
There you go.
Gain life to offset your greed.
pretty good.
The enchantment, not your character traits.
7.
Not wounded. Me, personally. I don't like that. I don't have my brain caught up to it. My brain is like in.
I was gonna say you're like 5 second like
The Auton
time
is what
delay.
gave it everything. Is what gave you Myriad, right?
Yes.
The Auton has Myriad.
Has Myriad. Yeah, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to discard
You can see his whole deck.
Dramatic Reversal.
Oh god.
Terramorphic Expanse. Sylvia Bright Spear.
Oh, there she is.
Galazeth Prismari.
Oh, they're friends.
Sakashima of 1,000 Faces.
And these are the ones he didn't want.
Clock of Omens.
Yeah, no shit.
Professional Facebreaker. Sarkhan Soul of Flame. Magda Brazen Outlaw. Narset's Reversal.
What the fuck did he keep,
And
guys?
Earthquake.
Jesus, what in the? Yeah, God.
What in the ass? Untap.
Can you kill him this turn?
Oh god, I wish.
Can you Sphinx him out?
Draw. That would be great. I don't know if you remember when that happened. That was so fucking good.
It happened twice in the same game.
Back to back.
That's how good that was.
I am going to. I can remove a charge counter and get a pilot. Okay, we're gonna crew the Bank Buster
I can fly. I'm fine.
with the Ethereum Sculptor and the Necron. I will go to combat. Teach 5
What
commander.
did I do?
And 4 not commander.
Swinging in with the bank bustier.
Yep.
5 Commander, 4 not Commander?
Yep.
Alright.
And then give me 9 cards.
I really wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt because this is a new deck teach.
What do you mean the benefit of the doubt?
New deck, same teach.
New deck, same teach.
9.
Okay, so we exiled Scourge of Velkus, Windfall, a Plains will add to the pile, Goldspan Dragon, Glacial Fortress, Fervent Mastery. Ah, neat. Okay, gone. Plains, Reprieve, and Azorius Signet.
Oh, that reminded me of the scene in Office Space. They tried to pronounce a guy's name and
Not gonna work
here anymore.
Now you need a job.
Nah, you know, John.
What's so hard about that?
Okay, well now I'm wide open for him to hit me back, so land for the turn will be this Plains. It's a nice Plains. Do I trust our lives to a D20 roll? Sure, why not? We are going to cast Cone of Cold. Roll a D20. 17. Tap all creatures my opponents control. Those creatures don't untap during their next untap steps.
Sweet.
One less dragon hitting us. Do I have anything else I want to and can to play? 9. Go ahead, Teach.
Go ahead, Nelson.
That'd be me.
Sorry, you
Playing the role of
sit
Teach
to my
today.
left
All the time.
so many times.
Alright, I will untap. On my upkeep, I have 2 triggers. Patient Rebuilding trigger. Target opponent puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard, then I draw a card for each land card put into the graveyard this way. Teach, mill 3.
Dina, Wild Mage, Glasspool Mimic, and Sundering Eruption.
We whiffed.
Sundering eruptions.
Alright, now we have a Shadowkin trigger. At the beginning of my upkeep, each player mills 3. Aww. Damn it.
I got a reality chip.
That's a creature?
That might be a good creature.
I
for
did
you.
not get a creature.
I did not
Profane
get a
Memento, Underworld Connections, and Splendid Reclamation.
Talisman of Conviction, Arcane Signet, Change of Fortune.
Royal Mage's Trick, Island Reality Chip.
I had Mesmeric Orb, Swiftfoot Boots, and it didn't say please. Let's see. I think I'm gonna keep the Skull Crab.
Reasonable.
Okay.
Doesn't untap though.
Right. Oh yeah, sorry. I had it on tap to read it. Thank you. And then nobody hit lands on that, right?
I had.
Oh, you
one
had an
land.
island. Okay, so I draw from that. Oh wait, no.
That's
I don't.
only from
That's
that
only
trigger.
from that trigger. So
Yeah.
I draw for turn. All right. My land for turn will be this Ipnu Rivulet. Don't have Mimir available. I'm gonna pay 3 blue. I'm gonna cast the Mindskinner.
Moved up. So this deck's named the Aurora Borealis.
It's called the Mind Miller.
It's called Steamed Hams.
There you go. That is that's an enchantment. So what do you do? Target player mills 2. Teach mill 2. You got good stuff.
Sakashima the Imposter. Angel's Grace.
Oh,
Okay, good. He's got good stuff. Okay, that will end my turn. Go ahead, Chris.
Alright, untap the things that can be untapped.
Thank you.
Draw for turn. Not what I wanted.
This game is way more intense than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it
with
really
just
is.
me stealing lands.
Cannot do both. Can I? I can do both of these. Not if I do that. Alright,
Do this
we just
or
gotta
do
do
that?
this.
You can guess this. You can guess that.
So library.
That's an okay one.
And then I will. Oh, God, this is gonna hurt. But I gotta do it. I'm going to cast Feed the Swarm, targeting a commander teach.
What?
5.
Destroy target creature or enchantment and opponent
And I
control.
lose 5
But then you
life.
can recast it and haste it out.
Yeah, but he can't do that and the Myriad thing.
There it is. You lose 5.
I was gonna do the myriad thing anyway.
What's it?
I was gonna ask him nicely not to.
Please, sir, don't do the Myriad.
I'll give you $1. My mom gave you gas money this week.
That's all I got. Hester.
Cheeseburgers, man.
Yes, since my mom is still blind post-cataract surgery, I have been chauffeuring her, and she just keeps giving me money for gas, which I keep using for games.
Hell yeah.
I can buy gas with a credit card. Cash goes for games.
Left turn is a mountain.
Oh, he's flicking.
He's flicking cards and then
He's
looking
flicking
at
it,
us.
and then he's smiling.
He looked at me and then flicked it even harder.
This feels real good.
No.
He was flicking his cards, and one of his cards looked at me.
I saw the card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have mana.
He's gonna flurry.
If you tap and sacrifice one of your lands, you can maybe draw the mana you need.
It's true. 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. I am going to cast my commander. Zurgo. Nelson, you were hit by Zurgo last time.
I work.
Schnell, I'm going to move to combat.
When you go to combat,
Yes.
I have a response.
All right.
I'm going to flash in.
Assertive.
I'm going to flash in high speed hover bike. 2/2 flying flash. When it enters the battlefield, tap up to one target creature.
Gotcha.
I can't target that, can I?
Correct.
Okay, but I have a flyer now.
Is it crude?
That is not the status right now, but now you can choose who to attack with new knowledge.
Yes, but you don't have a creature that could crew it.
I have mana open and cards in hand.
And more flashy things.
He can pilot.
I do.
pilot.
Got a mana. It can pilot.
Well, Nelson, this is Schnell's fault.
Yeah, he's living rent free in your head.
I'm gonna attack you with Zurgo and Ojutai.
Yeah, there's no way to flash crew a vehicle.
Fucking got him. And me. Yeah, I can do nothing about that.
All right. Commander. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's
1,
done.
2, 3.
Is
Shaking himself off on the carpet.
Chucky running around upstairs?
I'll put that in my hand.
Gotta stop feeding that kid protein powder. Switch back to
Faster.
regular formula.
No more
1, 2,
pre-workout
3, 4,
before
5,
bed.
6, 8. I will move to discard.
Untap.
Should discard that myriad thing.
Upkeep. Drawer.
I'm going to discard this card.
Beefcake.
Flip it back.
Beefcake.
Flame Scroll Celery.
That's it. I gotta get that kid some beefcake pajamas. If they don't exist, I'm gonna make them. Follow your dreams. I'm living proof.
We are going to cast Mu Yan Lin, Wind Rider. When it enters, I create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact creature token with flying. And then what vehicles I control have flying.
It's one big ass vehicle.
This will be 1, 2, 3.
Next week I'm bringing an Etch-a-Sketch for my tokens.
So
Don't bump the table.
Vehicles I control have flying, and whenever one or more vehicles or more creatures I control with flying deal combat damage to a player, I draw a card.
Uh-oh.
So that's just a single card draw even if I hit Teach for 4. We're gonna go to combat. Crewing. Okay. These two will be crewing the Bankbuster. This will be crewing the high-speed hover bike. The Solar Artifact. Yeah, Teach, you continue to be the biggest threat, and I apologize. So I'm sending these at you.
All right. Not much.
5 commander.
Yep.
6 non-commander.
Gross.
And then if I could have 11% of your starting deck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That was fast math. Wow.
So
Who's counting?
we have exiled the Roaming Throne. We got our new planes. Seething Song. Failure to Comply. Island. Escape Tunnel. Liquid Metal Torque. Command Tower. Fairy Mastermind. Soul Ring. Right of Replication because you're a bad fucking person. So, second main. Land for the turn will be this Command Tower.
Thank God all this stuff's getting exiled.
And we'll play Kefnit the Mindful. 5/5 flying indestructible, but he can't attack or block unless I have 7 or more cards in hand. Oh, I also draw a card off my Mu Yang Lin trigger. So those are exiled.
Oh boy.
So I just have an unblock withable and a 2/3 flying vehicle.
But you can use it to crew the vehicle.
I can. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Nelson.
Can
All
I
right.
do anything? My turn.
Untap. Upkeep, 2 triggers. Patient Rebuilding. Chris, go ahead and mill 3.
Also, if the
Lightning
two of you
Greaves.
could start being threats, I would feel less bad.
Starscape
And I could
Cleric.
Spread out the
Life from the
attacks.
Loam.
Man, I can't hit a land to save my life. Alright, Shadowkin trigger. We all mill 3. Overwhelmed Apprentice, Island, and Ruin Crab.
You want creatures on this one? I didn't hit any.
Yeah.
I hit 3. Azusa, Scavenging Ooze, and Kazandu Nectar Pot. You know, all my life gate triggers.
Frostboil, Snarl, Unsubstantiate, Talisman of Progress.
Whisper Silk Cloak, Island Manifold Key. A lot of unblockable shit.
Oh. I think I'm gonna take the Ruin Crab.
Because it doesn't target and it hits everyone.
Exile a creature card if you do. Okay, so this is still exiled, but I can't flip later. Okay. Alright, so those are my upkeep triggers. I will draw for turn.
Maybe I do that. Would do that.
I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna cast a Ghostly Pilferer. Then I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing the Mindskinner at Teach. Alright, prevent that damage.
Yeah, we all mill
Each
10.
opponent mills 10.
Dude, why couldn't you use some tricks to block it? Yeah, Chris, if you want to read off your cards first, and then we'll just
Cultivator Colossus, Forest, Swamp, Nature's Claim, Evolving Wilds, Retreat to
Oh, no, that land I
Kazandu,
wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Abundance, Sangromancer, 7, 8, Terramorphic Expanse, and Soul Ring.
I can now confirm that the bottom of my library originally was Talisman of Progress. I'm sure we got real close. So that was Justice, Terror of the Peaks, Mountain, Exotic Orchid, Evolving Wilds, Chaos Warp,
Yes! There it is.
Sinking Stupor, Ganix, Astral Hunter, Sunscorched
Do you
Divide.
also have a foil sink
Mountain.
into stupor?
Yes.
Nice.
It was the cheapest one I could buy on the internet.
Fair. We hit Chromatic Lantern, Sweep the Skies, Island, Deadeye Quartermaster, Mightstone's Animation, Adrestia, Island, Voda Sea Scavenger, Collective Restraint, damn it, and Heart of Kirin.
Nice. Alright. Let's see. Second main. I've got nothing to do. Go, Chris.
Alright. Sylvan Library. Draw 2 additional cards.
Chris wins here, I'm going to be really shocked.
Take them all. Take them all.
Yeah. I mean, we're not taking damage from Nelson anymore.
Yeah, but 8. And I'm already at 22. I'll put 1 back. I'll pay 4 life.
Nice.
Oh, and you have the City's Blessing. So your dinosaurs...
Online. First land for the turn is a forest. Then I will pay a green for Essence Warden.
Hey, so, sister.
What the fuck was going on? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
It had a purpose. It just took a bit.
Black-green, I'll cast my commander, Dina Soul Steeper. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. And I pay a colorless, sack another creature. Dina Soul Steeper gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Essence Warden trigger, I gain 1 life. And then you would each lose 1 life.
Healing. 1, and then we each lose 1.
Plus sign.
No. Where is it? Is it that button? No.
Oh, is there a way to to everybody?
Yeah.
Is it faster than just clicking 1 for everybody?
In theory.
Okay.
I'm a mana short.
I should
of
be nice
that.
to teach before he bludgeons me to death with dragons.
Hopefully we can do that next turn. I need to get out of the danger zone a little bit. So I'll pay 2 mana. I will equip the Wayward Sword Tooth with the Shadow Spear.
Dinosaur with a spear. I love this game.
It's in his teeth. Though, to be fair, I haven't watched all the latest Transformers movies, and I assume Grimlock shows us how to
That's fair.
wield laser blasters and swords, right?
Move to combat. Schnell. I will attack you for 6.
Okay.
Lifelink Trample.
Do I sacrifice everything to destroy Chris's board? I do. 6, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do that?
6 lifelink. And then you each lose 1. And then pass turn.
That will not be forgotten.
Didn't you just say you were going to destroy his board?
I thought so.
I meant in 3 turns.
I don't know that I'm going to be here in 3 turns.
Untapped.
Well, Kefnik can swing on his own if I have 7 cards in hand, so that's 4
Upkeep.
on my draw, and then 5, 6, 7, sacrificing 3 lands
Draw.
for my hand. So it's doable.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I think you... Did you go down 1 too many? I thought you were at 39. Were you 38?
You hit him for 6?
Yeah. I thought he was at 39. Minus 6 would be 33.
He had 6 on the
And then
screen.
you said we each lose 1.
Oh, yeah, the
we
one.
should
Oh, so you're right. Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I just didn't want him to have less life than he's supposed to.
I'm supposed to have 40.
I'm going to move to combat. Nelson, I'm going to take you again.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
I
with
refuse to
your-
intervene.
I can't do anything with your air tricks.
Commander.
Well,
Historically, Blue is pretty good at those air tricks.
yeah.
1, 2.
Look at the other mono blue deck.
It is weird that we had 2 mono blue. That's also why I haven't been picking on you, because I need different colored lands for some of my... I don't really have a lot of good payouts, though. I just want to take people's lands. Like, I don't even have a way of playing extra lands per turn in between mono blue. Like,
I'm
Like
going to...
Walking Atlas lets you tap to put a
land into play, yeah, but then I'm tapping a creature that I could otherwise be using to crew.
Or no, I think that's put a land from your hand into play.
Yeah, that doesn't
But then
help
you
me.
could do this.
Yeah, and that.
then play one instead of one from your
But
hand.
again, that creature could be crewing a thing, and instead I'm tapping it for an extra land drop.
But I can't think of many other.
I think I have to do it this way. I'm going to tap that and lose a life for white. And I'm going to cast Silence.
Oh shit!
My opponents can't cast spells this turn.
I have a response to that.
I figured you would.
I'm going to Arcane Denial that.
That's fine. Counter it, and then
You draw 2 at the beginning of the next upkeep, and I draw 1.
Yeah, but then
Got
the
it.
thing that he's gonna do next is the thing that's gonna get us.
There it is.
Well, yeah, but there's no
yeah.
good way.
There's no, yeah, I mean, it was.
1, another life, and that.
fuck.
Well, let me see if I can pull it off. I honestly don't know if I can do it. I'm going to play Savine's Reclamation. I'm going to return a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. If it was cast from a graveyard, I can copy the spell. I did not cast from the graveyard. I am going to bring back Underworld Breach.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Word is that card's mighty powerful.
Word is...
I have so many copies that I don't know how to play it.
Yeah, I'm
not
also
good
in that
enough. I'm not
boat
good
of-
enough to use
yeah.
it. I don't
I've
know
run
when
it
or
in
how.
so many decks and never could figure out how to do it, but the more I run it and look at it and build decks around it, I'm figuring out more uses for it. Alright, each non-land card in my graveyard has Escape. The Escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from my graveyard. Thank you, Millboys.
I haven't been milling anything, sir. There's Millboy. Millboy's formal wear.
I am going to cast
Your graveyard?
He's got 2 mana.
Dramatic
So-
Reversal.
He's got more mana. And
Exile
Seething Song or
that-
something.
That you took away my Seething
Yeah,
Song.
Seething
Okay.
Song is exile.
Good.
Exile those.
See, I'm better than Mill.
Untap all non-land permanents I control. There they are. I am going to...
Oh, so you don't have to pay its casting cost?
No, he
No, I
does.
Did I not? I thought I had.
You didn't
I didn't see you tap land for the spell.
for the dramatic reversal.
Yeah.
Back it up. Okay. I thought I did, but...
I thought you had 2 untapped lands when you were
I
going to
played
the Talisman,
Talisman, which was this. Then I played
Silence.
Silence.
Then you played...
Then I played
Savine's
Reclamation, which was
Reclamation.
this.
Yeah, so you had 2 untapped lands.
And then Underworld Breach.
Underworld Breach I did not have
Put
to pay
into
for.
play.
Oh, you put it into play.
it
Okay.
Right, he put it in play.
So,
you
you-
had 2 untapped lands.
Yeah.
I believe you, but I need to just do this for my
Yeah,
own
no, that's...
Yeah, that's fine.
benefits. I attacked you. I got a land. That land was a mountain. Then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what I started with. This and this was a talisman. This was a silence.
Then the Savine's
This
Reclamation.
was Savine's Reclamation, which brought that back out.
Yep.
So this would be a dramatic reversal.
Okay.
That untaps you.
And then your commander was untapped with it as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
All right. I am going to
pass.
Nope.
I tried.
I'm out of tricks, guys.
I'm with you. I think that's
That's right.
right.
That's
Out of
right.
tricks.
I'm on it. I can cast this Talisman of Progress with that and that. Exiling land, land, land.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Then I'm going
I
to
only run it successfully in one deck, and that's real, yeah.
tap those to cast Dramatic Reversal again.
Okay.
Exiling.
Exiling land, land, land. That's going to untap all of these. I, in theory, have as much mana. Not Siri, theory. Oh, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You fucking idiot.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
So 9 times.
So I can... 9... That's only 9 extra mana, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you net 1 each time you do
yep.
it.
Unless you cast more rocks somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So...
Tej, if you get down to 5 life, I will be sacking all my lands to kill you. Just so you know. Just putting that out there. Just on principle.
Yes.
Do I have any more or plus?
I know, right?
I love that card.
I do.
Now, so why'd you have to mill them? My
I
exile
love
pile was going well.
all of these cards. That's why I included them in the deck list.
You... For Arcane Signet,
Okay.
land, Mother Lands.
So you've got 8 more dramatic reversals, but now you're netting 2 mana.
Yes. So he went from 9 to 16.
That for Dramatic Reversal. We'll get rid of you. That untaps those.
I'm curious to see how this will win.
I feel like my win conditions cost mana I don't have.
Keep going, we'll find out.
Okay.
Or pass, that's also an option.
Pass,
Those are
please.
your 2 options. I hope his win con
Pass me
is
the
filling
conviction.
the board of dragons, and then remember he already attacked this turn.
Oh shit!
Oh god, no!
1, 2,
They swing out, they all have haste.
3.
What?
Then...
It is the danger of the 15-minute turn.
Yeah.
You forget where you were.
Actually, this is your 15-minute turn.
That...
Son of a bitch.
Is it? Oh. How did that happen?
Our statistician decided he didn't want the 15-minute turn on his
Sorry.
conscience.
Dramatic Reversal.
Okay, he attacked during my end step. He does get enough combat.
With a new turn, I'm gonna take a turn. Nobody stopped me.
You.
I came in through an opening in the house. There was no one defending it.
So I have 1 floating. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every time I Dramatic Reversal,
You're on out.
I get 3.
Yeah.
That is 3, 6, 9, 12. That didn't help me much. But I have 12 mana. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The art on Nelson's Mindskinner again. Hand. Okay, so he's clawing at your brain.
Dramatic
Skin that
Reversal.
mine.
Yeah.
We'll get Organics, we'll get Flame Scroll Celebrant, we'll get Classical Mimic. Yep. It's down to, right, 4.
'Cause you're using
4,
2.
5.
Yep, untapping.
One was 6, so I have 6. Spend 2, so I'm up to 4. Untap these.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7. 4, 5, 6, 7 for approach of the second sun.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
This goes 7 down.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will tap those for dramatic reversal, getting rid of Magda, Clock of Omen,
That gains you
Sakashima.
7 life, right?
Oh yeah, it does. Thank you. I forgot.
Yeah.
I did forget that part.
Nelson, if you want one of those free counter spells on deck
Healing.
that you like to run so much.
Yeah, not in this deck.
So, they all have Chris Sharpied on them.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't have any fatigue.
Untap.
That's not true. He did have the arcade.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But he had to
5,
pay
6.
full price. All 2 mana.
And I missed too many land drops. I have
Same.
not enough land for not free counter spells.
Can my ELO only go down a little bit? Because I feel like I did pretty good this game.
Agreed.
3, 6. 6 extra mana. No, it would be 9 extra mana.
Wait, it's got to be year ball.
That would not be enough to... What do I have left? Valk Awakening.
Nothing is over.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, but I think I need you.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Oh, wait, yeah, that'll do it. Okay. I think I overthought it. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, dramatic reversal. I'm gonna net 3. Uh, 4, 5, 6, dramatic reversal. Oh, so it is only 6. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I am going to spend 5 of this to play Path of the Pyromancer. I'm going to discard all the cards in my hand, add 1 red for each card discarded this way, then draw that many cards plus 1. Discard 3, draw 4, get 4 red.
And it's 7 down,
1, 2,
so he
3,
shouldn't draw it without cheating.
There's that. I am going to
Oh, but he
spend
just
5
do it
more.
again, yeah.
Get rid of
I haven't
those.
seen that card before. That's pretty spiffy.
Path of the Pyromancer again.
Yep.
Discard 4, draw 5, get 4 red. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, draw 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. With 2 up in case I need them. Approach of the second sun.
Okay.
Gross.
I have no responses other than to remind you when I played Excavation,
Yes.
you could have done that way easier.
Could I have? I believe
Because
you.
with all your extra mana, you just eat your you bank you bank the 7 you need,
Okay.
eat your lands, draw 7, cast it again.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I wasn't going to remind you a second time.
No, I don't blame you.
While you're actively eliminating me from the game.
No, that's fine. And I'm glad I was able to work it out with my own cards.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
There.
You got it.
I came to the table tonight with a brand new deck, Zurgo and Ojutai, and I came to play, and play I did. The end was just a tad slow as I was trying to work out my path to an approach of the second sun victory. I was worried that I wasn't going to have the mana to pull it off, and luckily I did. Thanks to the Path of the Pyromancer, which I momentarily forgot I had Underworld Breach out, so I could just continue casting that Path of the Pyromancer, getting more and more mana each time. So quite possibly that I severely overcomplicated my win at the end there, but I was still able to pull it off. I had a lot of fun with this deck. The main purpose of, or the main goal of the deck is to get Zurgo and Ojutai out and then copy it as many times as I can. I run a lot of effects like Auton Soldier, which we saw in-game, where it makes a copy of it, but the copy isn't legendary. So the more Zurgo and Ojutais I have out, the more triggers I get off of that ability. Because it's whenever one or more dragons hits a player, the more of those effects I get out, it basically just multiplies. And then I go from looking at the top 3 cards and putting one into my hand to doing that, I think, 12 times is what happened at the offset. And that's when I was deemed the threat right there, when everyone noticed that was where I was going to go with it. And the guns all the guns all turned and pointed at me, and rightfully so. I couldn't blame them. I just needed to find a path to victory. But other effects in the deck that were built around that aspect. Sarkhan, Soul of Flame, makes dragon spells cost 1 less to cast, so Zurgo's cheaper, and whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under my control, I can have Sarkhan become a copy of it until end of turn, except its name is still Sarkhan, and it's legendary. So that gets around the legendary rule. With Zurgo and Ojutai being able to bounce themselves back to my hand, I can play them, get the Sarkhan trigger, and then keep going from there. I also have Dina Wild Mage in there, where she makes an attacking token based on a D20 roll, and I either get to keep that token or it exiles at the end of combat, but the most important part is the tokens are non-legendary. And then more ways to trigger those things again, like we saw Roaming Throne, but I brought back my good friend Sylvia Brightspear to give dragons double strike. Zero and Ojutai trigger off combat damage, give them double strike, it's just more from there. So from there, the deck can go down a number of different paths. Tonight I won with Approach of the Second Sun, which is very easy to pull off if I'm digging if I'm digging 3 cards deep 12 times. I can get all that if I have the mana. There are ways that I can win with the Underworld Breach. There's a Smothering Tithe in there, which got exiled, and I've got a lot of everyone discards wheels. That's the effect I was looking for. There's a lot of wheel effects in there where everyone discards and draws, and I get treasures. But with the Smothering Tithe and the Goldspan Dragons, my treasures are tapping for 2 mana. Galazeth Prismari is in there because I tap the treasures for mana instead of sacrificing them. There's just good old-fashioned dragon beats. There's Terror of the Peaks and Scourge of Valkis for all the dragons entering the battlefield triggers. So there's a lot of different paths that this deck can go down in order to win. There's no one focus aside from copying Zurgo and Ojutai, seeing what cards I'm getting, and then veering down that one path and searching for those cards with all of my Zurgo and Ojutai triggers. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this. My goal, I really wanted to see the Auton Soldier come out with the Myriad, so I'm really glad I got to pull that off. In a Goldfish game that I had Sarkhan out turn 3, I had Zurgo and Ojutai out turn 4, and then none of my stupid Goldfish opponents had any interaction, so I just wiped the board with them at that point. Also a lot of fun. This deck was a real thinker because of how many different directions I built into it that it could go, but it was real fun for me to find paths to victory. Omenkeel, I love the Omenkeel deck. It was a real good idea Schnell had when he presented it, and he said last time he played it, it didn't do much. I don't remember a bad game with the Omenkeel. I just remember I like that effect. I'm a big fan of stealing other people's things, and the Omenkeel really does that, just taking lands from all of us and depriving us of our resources. I ran over the Omenkeel and Overkill, whatever the fuck. It was in the vehicle deck that I had, thanks to Schnell demonstrating the power of it. So real happy to see that he brought it out again, and he attacking me was a big help for everyone else because he was exiling a bunch of stuff that I could have used to get to the victory earlier, like the Smothering Tide, like the Seething Song. I really wanted that Seething Song. That would have helped out quite a bit. So he was putting up a big resistance to what I was doing. But on the other hand, we had Nelson, who was playing a mill deck, and he was putting all the cards into my graveyard, which was just fodder for that Underworld Breach. So Nelson was probably my MVP tonight. What a monster of a deck that was, though, on the surface. Like, each opponent mills that many cards. Super scary. I'm sure if that thing just got off the ground just a little more, it would have been very scary to see. So I would like to see him play that deck again. And Delina is back. Delina came back, everybody, and Delina didn't Delina like she has Delina'd in the past. But it's still a super scary deck. And even though Chris took out the Aetherflux Reservoir, and whatever other game changers he said he took out to kind of power it down, I feel like Delina's one of those where it can go off at a sneeze. I was going to say the breeze of a hat, and I don't know why I was going to say that, but there you go. It can pop off at the breeze of a hat. And tonight it was just a little bit slow going. I don't know if any of that was due to the changes he made to the deck. I don't know how many of those were new cards or not. But I'm sure he'll have more information on that. Anyway, great decks. I enjoyed every deck that came to the table. And overall, I had a fun game, and I hope my opponents did too.
So this was my new, not necessarily improved, take on one of my favorite decks, Dina, Death by 1,000 Cuts. I did pull out some pretty powerful stuff. Balls of Citadel came out, Aetherflux Reservoir, along with 9 other cards. A total of 11 new cards from the last 3 sets went into it. But none of them made an appearance tonight, so I don't want to really give them away, what they are just yet. This deck will come back pretty soon. It was a really odd showing, though. I didn't reduce the number of life gain effects in the deck. I just didn't see one until my last turn. I'm not sure exactly how many turns that game went. I only had 5 lands in play, but I missed some land drops, so was it 8 turns, 9 turns this game was, I think, somewhere in there. Yeah, but to go that long into this game before I started gaining life was probably the worst showing that this commander has ever had. It was really, really odd game. I didn't see a lot in the way of creatures. I didn't see any of the life gain stuff. It was just a really kind of a disjointed game. I'm kind of eager to get that one back out. But that being said, Schnell's vehicles deck, I think that was the best I had seen the Omenkeel / Cosima perform. I think that is just a cool deck. Mono blue vehicles is such a great idea. Nelson's deck, also a brand new one. What a terrifying commander. If not for how Tej's deck kind of won tonight, I think Nelson's commander was going to start getting out of hand. There was a lot of mill going on, and we didn't have a lot of deck left. We could only take a couple 10 to 15 card turns, and then that was going to be lights out for us as well. But Tej's brand new Jeskai deck, what a machine that thing was. His ability to not only build these intricate decks, but put together the lines to pull off the victory is just something I kind of marvel over. I am not like, I can do some interesting things with a deck list and pull it off, but nothing as intricate as what Tej does. I just do not have the head for these combos. I would mess up my mana. I would mess up spell count, or I would do something mundane, some minor detail, and I would just mess it all up. That was a beautiful deck, ran beautifully. Tej did a great job tonight.
So brought the Mindskinner out tonight, and it was fun. It did some stuff. I was a little bit slower than I wanted to be because I couldn't find mana early enough, and then of course after the game ended and I started flipping through my deck, that's where a bunch of it was sitting. So a little bit slower than I wanted to be. Really didn't find any. There are flyers in this deck, believe it or not. Didn't find any of them. Unfortunately, to kind of help stave off some of the damage that Tej was throwing my way. But I thought it performed. For the first time out, not really knowing what to expect. I thought it performed pretty well. I think had Tej not gotten off to the start that he did, and had he not been able to do all the things that he did, perhaps there would have been a bit more attention on me, especially when the commander came out. But I got to A, resolve it, and B, attack with it once, so that was cool. There's not a lot of unblockable creatures in the deck. There's the Ghostly Pilfer that I can make unblockable. There's the Mindskinner, but I think that's it really for unblockable creatures. I don't even have a Whisper Silk Cloak in here because really, there's not a lot of necessarily milling through damage or other life loss effects that I'm looking to do. Obviously, that's a great benefit to it. One thing that I would like to pull off at some point with my commander is I do have a Blackblade Reforged in here. So putting that on my commander and then swinging, with that and milling a lot is great. There are the blue staple enchantments, Psychic Corrosion, Memory Erosion, things like that. I run a couple counter spells like Thought Collapse and Didn't Say Please that gets me extra mill. So really a lot of the deck is just trying to do, it's disruption, right? And trying to hit as many opponents as I can. But there are a few ways that I have in the deck to try to win quickly, because I do know that mill can be kind of a pain in the ass and also difficult to win with. So there are some straight up knock players out or even try to eliminate everybody all at once. The card that really got me thinking after I saw the Mindskinner was Brewback. So had to get a copy of that because it's a card I've had my eye on since he came out, I think in the first Jumpstart set. Really liked it a lot. Didn't know what to do with it until I saw the Mindskinner, and I was like, hey, I think I finally have a pairing for this guy and a mono blue deck. Whoops, that was my phone. Mono blue deck, that I could really go with here. So to pair with Brewvac to help me, kind of expedite player removal, I've got things like Terizian Mindbreaker, which is from Brothers War. It's a 6/4 Juggernaut, and whenever it attacks, the defending player mills half their library rounded up. So if Brewvac's on the board, boom, gone. Fleet Swallower from Ixalan. Whenever it attacks, target player puts the top half of his or her library rounded up into the graveyard. Maddening Cacophony is a great way to get a whole bunch of players at one time because that rounds up as well. This doesn't round up, but it's a fun card. Traumatize. I finally found a deck to play Traumatize in. That rounds down, but again, that's the top half of the library. And then one card that I put in here that I would really like to see on the board when I'm doing some major milling is Undead Alchemist. It's a zombie, and whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from their library, exile it, and then create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So what I'm doing there is I'm getting, hopefully a bunch of creature tokens, but also it doesn't just put it in the graveyard, it exiles it, right, when it's milled. So it's a nice little synergy there that can maybe remove some stuff that I don't want my opponents to have. Would have been great with all of the creatures and big scary dragon things that Tej was milling, to have that out there. And then I've got, I actually have a Crashing Drawbridge in the deck too, to give things haste if I need to tap them for stuff, but also I figured it could kind of help with the Undead Alchemist. So I'm excited about the deck. I don't think it's, it's not the worst to play against, but it was kind of my little tribute to Schnell. I've got other Schnell cards in there like Zelix, he's in there, and some things that we've seen Schnell play. So built that with my good friend Schnell in mind. Tej's new deck was absolutely insane. The fact that he got the creature, that automaton or whatever it was, that has Myriad. That was scary. Drew the turn after is when I got the Arcane Denial, so I was just going to try to counterspell that thing if he tried to play it again. But it got to the point where he didn't even have to do that. I was sitting on an Archmage's Charm in my hand as well, but I only had 2 open mana between the one island and the mirror, so I was not able to try to do anything about the Underworld Breach, which makes sense, but I had to go for it with the silence because I figured something was coming up. I wasn't sure what, just a day late and a mana short, But that deck was wild. That was cool to see. Dina got real kind of antsy in my pantsy when I saw Chris put that on the board because we've all seen what that deck can do. I think I disrupted a little bit of the plan. I was putting in a bunch of the stuff that he needed to get his hands on into his graveyard. So I think maybe just kind of the way the cards were drawn plus the cards I was able to put in his bin that he didn't have access to at that point probably kind of derailed him enough that he wasn't really able to get it completely online. And then there's Cosima. The Omenkeel, which is just absolutely insane. As soon as Schnell flipped that thing over, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Because there's plenty of creatures in the deck, but I didn't have a bunch early on. I didn't know what he was going to be able to just take off my deck. And like I said, there aren't game changers, I would say, in the deck, but there are cards that synergize really well together that can lead to everybody being removed or a player or two being removed. And I was like, well, those are going to get peeled right away. So I was very nervous. I thought it was a great game. It was a speedy game. It was a really, really good game. I think everybody kind of, showed up, played well, and it was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing Tij's Jeskai deck again. I hope the Omenkeel takes a bit of a break, but that's just me being selfish because I don't want him to take my stuff. And then Dina, we got to see Dina again real soon because I do want to see the changes that were made to Dina as well. So yeah, Mindskinner definitely going to come back sooner than later for her second run through, but really liked what I saw so far.
I don't even know off the top of my head what the front side of my commander actually does. I think I read it once or twice and then just went, I like the boat. So the Omenkeel, I think I've only played maybe on camera once previously. It did not allow me to take the lands I wanted. I think it was one of those games where it's every time I exiled cards from somebody's library, I didn't get any lands and I wasn't drawing my own because I run enough, but I'm trying to benefit off of other people, so I don't run as many as I probably should. And this deck is damn near impossible, like Tij's deck, to Goldfish. Like running it just to see how it runs, because you need opponents to actually play against, it makes it so hard to gauge and judge what the deck is going to be doing. So I just have to make the most educated guesses I can and then throw the deck out there and see how it does. And today it did fantastic. I didn't think that I was going to be able to knock Tej out, but it was coming close. If he didn't combo off at the end there and succeed in his deck rifling, I had enough on board to swing through even with his untapped commander and deal him lethal. Unfortunately, I would have lost any of the lands from him, so that's another benefit of I would say downside of the deck, that I benefit more from hitting everyone equally, especially if a player does get eliminated, because then I lose so many resources. Chris's Dina deck, I feel like we didn't really get to see enough of what it was and what it was doing, and he only did like 2 real Dina things, and it was too little too late. So I hope next time he runs that, he has a little bit more explosive opening. Not enough that he still wins, but at least has a better showing, because I hate losing to Dina. It's so demoralizing getting one to death. Nelson's deck, I am a big fan of Mill. I want to go through his deck list and then I want to make suggestions, but at the same time, I don't want to tell him how to run his deck because I don't often win with Mill. I just like doing it because it's super annoying. I will, if he does not run enough already, recommend exiling graveyards, because as we saw, giving somebody with Underworld Dreams or whatever that one was, Underworld Breach, giving that player a whole graveyard of library options lets them win. So it was a tag team effort between Tej and Nelson. Nelson was just unwittingly part of that, and if he ran 8 or 9 more mill decks, he would know their shortcomings and could work around them. So I hope that we see that deck again in the future with either a better showing or some tweaks to address the issues there. I'm going to keep Omenkeel together as is with no changes for the next time I run it, which won't be for a while, but I'm very happy with that one, how that one went overall. And to check out deck lists, check the description. To check out future, past, or present games, like and subscribe to follow all our crap, please and thank you. Just click the button. Makes me feel good in the brain chemicals.